Yeah. Yeah. See, have you catching you staring.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to this week's episode of
Bruncism.
I'm Sanj. Oh, God, that was crazy.
And I'm Camille. And welcome back for this week's episode of Bruncism. You said that already.
But that's okay.
All right.
Double welcome.
So for this month, it's April now, right? And we're going to do something a little different for our org of the month.
Yes, we are. We're getting creative with this month.
So if you are from LA, then you know that it's about to be prom season, and the champagne parties are such a big deal in LA and a part of like the culture. What the fuck was that? I didn't realize until I got to college that everybody didn't have champagne parties.
Yeah, one time you tried to tell me about yours, and I was like, nigga, what?
She was like, what the fuck, nigga?
You're not even 21.
Can't even drink champagne.
Was it apple cider?
And we had yes, apple cider, and the adults drink champagne. I know that now because at my sister's champagne party, my dad whipped out the good stuff.
Wait, so you don't actually get to drink champagne?
No, I drank apple cider.
Damn, you a liar. No, you didn't. It's okay, we can move on. No need
Why would you do that? Why would you say those things?
We're hosting a podcast called Bruncism. Like,
I did not. I don't know. I plead the fifth.
It's okay. We can move on.
So for the month of April, Bruncism is going to team up with So Unexpected with Ariana. Hey, girl. And we are going to sponsor to host a Lucky Young Lady champagne party. And you get a free hairstyle too. So into the contest, we're going to put up all the directions by the time this episode is up, but basically send in a video, your GPA. Also, if you have somebody that you would like to nominate that maybe wouldn't nominate themselves.
Right.
But we do have
somebody in your community who you recognize either deserves it, needs it, whatever, all under that umbrella.
Yeah, like
definitely.
Champagne parties was such a big deal when I was in high school. Me and Ari, we both had some poppin' champagne parties, so we want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to have that same experience. It was like the funnest part of prom for me, just getting ready and like you just feel glamorous, like you're on a red carpet and shit, everybody there to see you. It's just really fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we want to make sure that everybody else has that experience.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
Look out for those details. Spread the word to any high school students that you may know, little brothers and sisters and stuff. We really want to reach out to as many people that we can to pick a winner. Like I said, there's a free hairstyle. We'll do your champagne party for you, get you some Snapchat filters and all of that, the whole experience. So.
Yeah. Whatever details we can work out as we go, just try to make it like the best experience for whoever gets to receive this.
Yep.
I think that's an awesome idea.
Look out for the application and promo, all to be posted very soon. And let's move on.
Sweet.
Check my bankroll, AO 400K for vehicle. Paint job look like ashy ankles on Django. Interior look mango. Shotgun grape, he look like mayo. Golden voice on payroll. Neck all go like KO. Corp, we aim at doors, get out the way, yo. Keep them bucks in banks like...
All right, Saj, what is on your menu, girl?
Oh, dang it. It was recorded. I said that.
You didn't say it on this recording, though. You said it on the video.
But still, it can hear me.
Don't worry, I'm going to say it right now. So, Saj,
No. Let's move on. So what's on your menu this week?
Why can't I get this thing to close? Okay. What's on my menu this week? A bunch of random stuff. You know, I was high a lot this week.
Okay.
Well, initially, no, it wasn't a good week. I unfortunately had to go to a funeral. I don't want to say much more about it, but I will say that we have to stop old people in the church. Old people in the church are very like judgmental, hypocritical, and it stopped like because the where the service was, it's actually the church that I got baptized at, and I used to go to all the time, and it's just like, you know, everybody has their dirt or whatever, and just the fact that people inside of the church are so judgy, it's just like not welcoming. It's pretty annoying. But anyway, so my sister was with me, and she, you know, she has a baby. She wanted to make sure that my side of the family got to see that baby. And so he wasn't even being bad. Like he was like whining a little bit, like, but he never like just busted out and started crying or nothing. Every time my nephew switched positions, two old ladies was turning around looking like this. and then turn around and looking back. Like, bitch, babies cry. Turn the fuck back around and get the word of Jesus before the devil come out in me. Like, I'm not about to play with your ass. That shit is annoying. Why do old people do that? It's a baby. It's a baby. Babies are going to cry, and they always think that they have, like, the better way. Like, oh, my kids didn't do that. Your kids didn't cry? That's a lie. Now you're a liar inside of Jesus' home. The kids cry. That's what the fuck happened. They squirm around a little bit. You keep turning around to look at us. What the fuck is that going to help?
I would start pinching my kid just so the kids start
to keep crying some more.
I would start. Nah, you're not about to.
Like,
you're not about to give the baby dirty looks when they don't even understand, and you're not about to give me dirty looks because some other motherfucker's crying.
And this baby,
just because it's my baby, means you can't look at me.
My nephew, he wasn't being bad or anything. Like, he was just squirming. It's quiet as fuck in here. People are crying. Like, you give me, it's a lot going on. He don't know what the hell's going on.
Even then, bro, like, what is looking back? Like, you think looking back, the baby's gonna be like, oh, never mind. Now it's time for me to be quiet.
Sister Johnson looking at me. Let me get my shit together. Like, he don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Otherwise, Sister Johnson would be the highest paid babysitter ever, bro. Like,
nigga, this ain't the nanny. Like, turn your ass around.
Stop.
That was irritating. Other than that, these are just random thoughts that popped into my head, so I will say them all. I didn't know that Sin was on Love and Hip Hop. Did you know that? Do you know Joe Budden's baby mama?
I didn't know that Sin was a person until Joe introduced me to him.
Facts. Same. So, I didn't start watching Love and Hip Hop until Jocelyn Hernandez came on there. I knew that there was that Christy and Jim Jones. Mm-hmm. I knew that. Like, I had friends that watched whatever, so that's all I knew about it. But I didn't know Sin was on Love and Hip Hop, so I just been loving her, and I'm like, her and Joe Budden are so cute. It's so I thought she was just an Instagram chick because you could just do that now. Like, it's fine. I thought she just made these videos. Was she
on there as Joe's significant other? Is that where they met or what?
No. So from what I acquired from Google, because like I said, I started watching Love and Hip Hop with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, so it just came back on. Mm-hmm. And so this girl, Erica Mena, was on there, and everybody, that's all I've been hearing about. Like, Erica Mena is back. Erica Mena is back. I'm like, who is Erica Mena? What does she do?
DJ Envy.
I thought, okay, yes, one. And then I thought she was Bow Wow's baby mama, but that's another girl. She just dated him. So, I'm Googling. I'm trying to get my facts straight. We got a podcast. We say things, so I want to make sure I'm saying the right things. So I start Googling, and I see Erica Mena and Sin Santana. I'm like, oh, Sin, no, Erica. It's a small world. Everybody in New York just be kicking it. I see them kissing each other and shit. They both cussing out Peter Guns, talking about something about a threesome or something. I don't know. But then I watched this interview they were on with Ebro. And Erica Mena and Sin was on there talking about they lesbian hot love or whatever. And I was just like, oh, that changes everything for me. It just really does. Because I just love me some Sin. And I just can't. And now I'm mad at Joe Budden. Like, damn, you got a Love and Hip Hop girl pregnant. Yikes.
You and Offset must be drinking the same shit.
Yikes. I did not know that. It really turned me off. Because she was one of those lesbians where it's like, it's just cute because we both cute to be a lesbian.
Like,
you don't really like pussy.
Women,
yeah, like, I don't think you really like pussy. Because she kept saying, like, we're not lesbians. Don't classify us that because we like dick. Like, girl. All right. Okay. That was just, it shouldn't have hurt me as much as it did. But it did hurt me.
Well, it's always not fun to find out that somebody you like is fake. Yeah. A little bit fake.
What else? So while I was at home.
This champagne with passion fruit juice is really
Let me tell y'all something about this. I'm going to show y'all this passion fruit juice before this thing is over. This shit is so good. And it's Welch's. It ain't even Simply. It is Welch's. It is so good.
Let me tell you something. My mom, back in the day when I lived in Minnesota, we used to stock up on those. Like, they was $125 per box.
Oh no, I'm drinking a Minnesota Special.
I'm telling you right now, we used to stock them up in the refrigerator, like 5 of them. They could put them in there. It was the shit. And then I saw it at the store the other day, and then now that I'm grown, I'm like, you know what would
smack?
Damn, it's crazy if I had a little champagne to put in this damn juice.
It is really, really good. The Minute Maid juices ain't got nothing on this passion fruit juice.
I think it's one of the best homemade mimosas ever. You know what? Did you finish?
I mean, all of my stuff is random.
Okay, so can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm really kind of sick of how, like, this brunch movement has been taken over people are starting to assign names to mimosas in ways that I just don't appreciate. Like, I saw something that said the manmosa.
That's what beer.
So that's what I assumed is beer and orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just a really big mimosa where you use an entire bottle of champagne to make one mimosa. And they called that a manmosa. And I was like,
so what is mim? Does mim mean women?
I was like,
we tried to figure out. Wait, one time at brunch with my friends, we really dead ass tried to figure out where mimosa derived from, because it's not like a mix of two words. You get me? Like, it's not champagne and orange combined in another language. But I think we found out that it was like Italian or something, I believe.
Really?
Something foreign. I guess that doesn't help. I think it was Italian, because we started looking up words and whatever that language is to figure out how to curse. And yes, this was like a couple of months ago. We're mature. But tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. Bree, I'm singing again. What are you gonna do?
What? It is believed to have been invented at the Hotel Ritz, Paris, by Frank Muir.
Damn, I said Italy.
In about 1925, it is probably named after the common name in Europe for yellow flowers of Acacia delbata. So maybe I guess they call those mimosas. So I guess it's a flower.
Oh, and what a coincidence. We got little flowers on our glasses. So we already knew what was up. This was destined.
This is so dumb. The Buck Fizz is a similar type of cocktail invented a few years earlier in London, which has twice as much champagne as orange juice.
Also the ratio, so they pour the champagne, be like, I want a mimosa. I didn't say I wanted a Buck Fizz.
Not a Buzz Fizz.
I wanted a mimosa. What
Not
are
a
you
Buck.
doing?
Wait. This tastes like a Buck. This is a Buck Fizz. This doesn't taste right to me. This is
like
not a mimosa. I ordered a mimosa. This tastes like a Buck's Fizz.
Juice. This is what the fuck are they saying? Woo, that's funny. What are you drinking? Are you drinking a mimosa or a Buzz Fizz?
Nigga, this is a Buzz Fizz.
Oh,
this
shit.
is a Buzz
You gotta
Fizz.
change the name of the whole damn show.
We gotta change the name of our whole podcast.
Fizzism.
Bucks Fizz. Please get the fuck out of my face. Twice as much champagne.
Excuse me, can we please have do y'all have bottomless Buck
Fizz?
Bitch, we gotta go. They don't even got a bottomless big fizz. What is it? I can't even say that. No, they don't have a bottomless Buck Fizz anymore. Like, they only got mimosas, and I'm not that type of bitch. Like,
do y'all wanna? Are y'all sure you wanna stay here? Because they don't serve Buck Fizz.
They don't have Buck Fizz. They just got mimosas. That's some bullshit. White people are so petty. Speaking of petty white people, did you see?
I love your segue.
Did you see that video of the vegans in front of that restaurant? Oh, no. So these vegans went in front of a restaurant, and it was like, it seemed like a New York, DC type of place where niggas is walking all the time. So like, it had the glass window, and the people were eating.
Okay.
And so the vegans come out and they put a sign like under the window that says murderers, and they have all of they rah shit trying to save the animals. So one of the cooks comes out on the table and he starts cutting up the meat right in front of these niggas. Whoa, I love white people beef. Oh my God. Like, that was amazing. That shit was so funny to me. It was hilarious. He started chopping up the damn meat right in front of them. And they're like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, y'all, I wouldn't care so much if it wasn't for the fact that animals eat other animals too, my nigga. It ain't like these niggas is not getting eaten. Like,
here's another reason not to care. It's none of your goddamn business. If you don't want to eat meat, don't eat meat. Then.
No, but they're not those type of people. They're the people that are saying animals have rights too, and this is genocide of the cows, and they shouldn't be killed.
Okay, but
cows
go
is gonna
to
be meat for somebody.
Go away. Go preach to cows. They probably care more. They'll probably listen more than fucking humans.
Hey,
I don't give a fuck.
That white man started chopping up that meat in front of them.
I would too. Fuck that shit.
Ooh, white people are so petty. I love it.
Fuck
that. So I went to Ramona's. Shout out to LA. And something that I know.
What is Ramona's? Is this a fast food restaurant? Is it a clothing store? Can you explain to people? Shout out to LA.
What does this sound like? I want to know.
I don't know. Ramona's sounds like a strip club.
Ramona's do not sound like a strip club.
Ramona's. Nigga, we hitting Ramona's tonight.
Strip club's name is like something mystical and shit. Deja vu.
What's not mystical about Ramona's? Nigga, you don't know what it... I know that it's food because I know you.
Oh my.
But because you've had Ramona's.
Oh, you saying? Oh yeah.
Not like...
Did I take like half the team to Ramona's when we went to
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Ramona's is so good, but black people started working there. Yeah, it's a Mexican food place. I came home one summer from school and black people was working there, and I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing here? It turns out they had went on like strike and it was a union, all this other shit, and it has not been the same since. But anyway, we still go. So these black girls was ordering or whatever, and I just really hate when black people do this, and we do it all the time. When we're talking to someone in the service industry at the nail shop or getting their food from like a Mexican place or a Chinese place, like, hello, amiga, who's cooking the food, senorita? What the fuck? Get their nails. I don't want to hear none of that. Wong thong thong, fix my fucking nail. Y'all sitting up talking like. They do that shit, and that just really pisses me off, because if somebody came into your job and was like, Shaniqua, I said that I wanted a size 7, you would go the fuck off. Like, they be talking to these people like they fucking stupid because it's a language barrier, and I hate seeing black people do that shit. Like, that shit is so who cooking the food, Amika? What the underlay? Hurry up, shit, I gotta go to work. Then they outside talking all loud while they waiting, because y'all feel me, don't y'all? Shit, taking all damn day. How long it take to make a burrito? You go fucking make the burrito, bitch. You ain't making the burrito, are you? It take a long time. You see all these hungry ass niggas in here trying to eat their motherfucking Mexican food. It take a long time. Y'all sitting up in here yelling at them and shit. We do the shit at the fucking nail shop, at the motherfucking Chinese restaurants. Like, I hate seeing that shit. But then, on the other hand, they don't like us either. So then I'd be like, should I be mad? Like, they don't like black people either. But I'm saying it's like a loop, kind of. You get me? Yeah. That may be why they don't fuck with us. You fighting bitches inside the nail shop. Like, yes, I have seen women take off on the women that just did their nails. Like, girl, what? I hate, that shit gets under my skin. I hate seeing black people do that.
People don't get paid enough in service to deal with shit like that.
And so you as a black person knows that. You know that the job that you on your way to, you hate as well. So what is the point of doing all of the extras with these people? I hate it.
I think it's like you said, it's like it's kind of it's a cycle that keeps going. Like as long as you feel like there's somebody underneath you that you can treat like shit the way other people treat you, like somehow that makes you feel better or some shit like that, you know? Like I don't get it, but
yeah, it's just I don't think it doesn't make any sense. We all living in the same neighborhoods. We all broken. We all minorities.
Not only that, but like after you're done going off on somebody for providing you service, they're gonna provide service to 100 other people. It's not gonna stop them from going to work. It's not.
They have to do this.
They have to do it.
You think they want to hear you yelling and shit?
And honestly, like just if you think about it, you think that if somebody could go faster, they would. Like that means more for them.
Like they want you to be sitting here yelling at them and shit. Like, they don't want to hear your mouth. They want to get you out of here too. Trust me.
They're doing whatever that they can to make sure that you leave as soon as possible, because your nasty ass attitude is stanking up the
whole place.
They rolling the burrito up as fast as they can.
Trust me, they want to get you out of there.
When it comes to like food and shit like that, or even like getting your nails done, like I want somebody to take their time.
Okay,
I do. Like when you wait extra for some food to be coming out hot, then a motherfucker, just fresh as fuck. When they take their time on your nails, that shit come out looking good.
If when you rush through
something, it don't come out good.
I need you to take time. I play rugby. Okay?
It don't come out
for
good.
5 years. I need you to take your precious time on these toes.
For real.
Please.
And I think you just have to value yourself and what you're putting in your body, on your body, and shit like that to be like, it's cool. And like
go to this shit really earlier. Go to this shit earlier. Yeah. It was like two women there that were like, because I gotta go to work. Well, bitch, you should have left a little earlier. Why you gonna come in here 20 minutes before you gotta fucking clock in?
Yeah.
That ain't my damn fault.
Just so that you can have an excuse right when you walk into work and I ask you why you was late, so that you know
these motherfuckers
you wouldn't believe what happened to me at the burrito shop.
Bitch, you should have came a little earlier if you knew that you had to get lunch. Damn, support black businesses. Cook your own shit.
That's true.
But yeah, that really irritated me.
I do. I feel you.
Another thing that happened to me this week.
Does that say rude homeless people?
That's exactly what I'm about to get into. So I was delivering food to someone. I tried my best not to say any company names. I was delivering food to somebody, and they never answered the phone. So like I got to keep their food because they never came to get it. So I looked in it. It was some curly fries, mozzarella sticks, and a grilled chicken sandwich. Yuck. Grilled chicken is gross. If the chicken ain't fried, it ain't being supplied. I hate chicken if it's not fried. I'm sorry. I do not like it. Get that grilled shit away from me. It was dry. Anyway, from looking at the meal, I figured I was not going to eat it. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to find a homeless person to give this food to.
It didn't work out.
Homeless people are so rude. They are so rude. I do not understand why they are. I guess you don't have nothing to lose, but damn, I'm giving you all this food. Like, do you have any cash? No, you need to eat. If I give you a food or a blanket, those are two things that I know for sure you're gonna need. Yeah. You're not about to get no drug money, no beer, none of that shit. Like, why are you being so rude? I remember in high school, we had to do a certain amount of community service every year. Did you have to do that?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I think I only did it 1 year.
Yeah, they said if you're trying to go to college, sign up. You need to get into these community service programs.
So we went to feed the homeless ones, and we made peanut butter and jelly sandwich. When I tell you they said, this ain't ham and cheese, I was like, ooh. Well, it isn't, but it's food. Give me two then. It ain't no ham and cheese. Excuse me. It's like they get used to so many like missions and church people. They're coming out like every day. It's gonna be a different one you give me. So they getting used to being fed. So they're like, bitch, no, I'm not settling for no PB&J. Like, what is up with being rude? I tried to give this man curly fries, mozzarella sticks, and a grilled chicken. It might have been the grilled chicken. I turned him off. I understand. But
if it was that, then you off the hook, huh?
But he was very rude about it, and I just did it like, it's like, nigga, don't nobody want to help your ass then, stinky. You don't want to do that.
Nah, like, I feel you. I got cussed out by a homeless person, which, you know, it really puts you in your place.
Mm-hmm. Humbling.
Yeah, I was walking out of my house.
Cussed out by a nigga with no shoes on.
I was walking out of my house to my car. Okay. This fucking... It actually really wasn't that funny. It was more scary than it was funny, but it's funny in retrospect. But it's this nigga standing in the middle of the street at the two yellow lines, standing up like holding up their arms and like, if you can't see me, but it's like a star position. Mm-hmm. Going like this with his big old belly hanging out the bottom of his shirt, like just gross. And I was like, what the fuck? So I'm walk down the stairs, and then I hear, nigger girl.
Oh shit.
And so I'm like, damn, somebody must be playing some old ass movie or something. That's
why you have to be cautious too. Homeless white people are always racist. Like, they're going to call you a nigga.
Yeah, but it was so early in the morning.
Oh my God, you got called a nigga girl at 7:30.
But look, it was so early in the morning that I hadn't even really settled into my blackness for the day.
You didn't get no black coat on yet.
So during the first call, it didn't register that he was talking to me. Mind you, I'm the only black person at 7:30 in the morning outside. But for me, it didn't register that he was talking to me. And so this probably pissed him off more because I didn't react.
Yeah.
Like, it was so early in the morning that I was just like, you know, when you're not here yet. Like, that's how not here yet I was to that. That didn't even like... So that pissed him off. So he started yelling. So I opened my car, and then I turned... So he starts yelling more because I opened my car, and I turned to look, and he's standing in the middle of the street like this, like, I hate niggers. I hate nigger women. And I was like... And so right over there, I started laughing. I started, like, it was just out of reaction.
You should have Dave Chappelle'd his ass, like, where are them damn nigger girls at? You should have, like that skit he did when he was a blind white supremacist.
Yeah, and then he's giving the
speech. Get them damn nigger bitches out of there. Oh my God, you got caught a nigger girl. Was the sun up yet? Because you know the time changes, the sun still be down at 6 a.m.
And so I start laughing because, like, yeah, there's something comical about waking up hella early in the morning to go do some real shit all day. Like, I was about to I think that day I was like sitting in class and then going to work. Mm-hmm. And that fucked me up because I was like, damn. And so I start cracking up. And then that pissed him off even more.
The more thing he hates the nigga girls is happy nigga girls.
He pissed. I should not have flashed my smile. That pissed him off more. So he starts yelling even, nigger. I was like, hold up, let me get the fuck out of here, because this motherfucker is about to go super confrontational.
Bruh, I would have started playing Feel This Nigga 50 Cent VIP, my nigga.
You want my nigga?
My nigga. I was like, all the niggas told a nigga compilation. Oh my lord.
No, that shit really. Yeah, that put me in my place as far, especially as homeless white men go, because
homeless white men do not like black people, and they don't have nothing to lose. They call you a nigger bitch all day.
And so I got that shit, like, that shit shook me up, because I was like, I was by myself, and this motherfucker's in the middle of the street, like nobody was there.
A big dude.
Yeah, and so I told my neighbors a story.
Your yelling neighbor?
No, my nice
Mr.
neighbor.
Cunt.
No, not Mr. Cunt. Which could update the girl who lived next door to him. She moved out, so something happened.
Nigga, you not making me leave now. It's hard to find an apartment.
Something must have happened. So, and the landlord didn't even have the audacity to clean whatever he threw on her door for the next person.
Why couldn't he leave?
I don't know what happened. He's been on the down low lately. We haven't really heard much from him.
Fucking cunt.
But I told my neighbor about this incident, and he was like, "Oh, you mean Harry?"
Oh shit!
He's
this
like,
nigga
he's,
regular.
Yeah, he was like, you have to. He told me straight up, like, he hates black women. Like, he specifically hates black women. Like, he pretty much told me, like, don't confront him. Like, don't try to be funny, and like, cause he will
engage.
He will leave. He will engage. Like, he don't give a fuck. So I was like, so ever since then, I've been like,
you got some mace or a taser? I'm not trying to be funny.
No, I got a knife.
All right, I'm with it. But a knife, you get a little dirty. I'm trying to make sure
I don't give a fuck.
you be looking fresh. I don't want you to get no.
You know who else gonna be dirty?
I don't want you to get no.
My motherfucking victim.
I don't want you to get none of that devil's blood on your face.
Yeah, no, that shit was really, like, ever since then, I've been like,
or have a bat
a
in
little
your car
bit more
or something.
cautious. Oh, there's things that I could hit people with and do things with. So
all right,
I'm good. And that's as far as this gun control debate is going. I'm trying to get me a.
I'm trying to go to the shooting range. Yeah,
try to get me a license.
Like if y'all saying we can have guns, then I'm gonna be strapped.
Y'all tripping.
All right, but what's on your menu this week?
So that happened. There was a white person who was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on spring break.
Woo! Spring break. You been flashing your titties all around San Diego?
No, I thought I would be, but
you ain't did shit.
I literally had an exam due on Sunday.
I'm so tired of hearing about that damn class. I'm sorry.
I had 2 assignments due. I have an assignment due tonight and another one due tomorrow. So pretty much it's like I'm just skipping class, but doing all the other stuff. So that's kind of gross. So maybe I've been trying to like do stuff, but then, life gets in the way. But I still have like 2 days left. So hopefully something happens. But
we're gonna do something fun.
We're gonna do something fun.
It's
gonna be great. It's gonna be fun.
So much fun. Oh my god.
What else happened? I went to so Clippers fans are real. So they actually exist. I didn't know that.
Clippers fans is on some bullshit, nigga. If you from LA and you're a Clippers fan and you need to be like, maybe like 13 and under, you get me, because you just remember Chris Paul being there and being great. Other than that, what have the Clippers done? Nothing. Clippers games is games that you go to because you can't afford the Lakers games, so you want to, go to a basketball game.
First of all,
what is a Clipper?
It was $10 per ticket.
Hello?
Which was fantastic. I'm like,
yeah, this is back to the regular days, the pre-Chris Paul days.
The cheapest thing that we got was the tickets. Like, parking was more expensive than the tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Food.
You should have told me I would let you park at my granny house.
Food was more expensive than the tickets. Mm-hmm. The drinks, more expensive than the tickets. Anyway, we go there, and my ass, I'm cheap like this. I bought the $10 tickets, but I wanted to get into the second level. And so
you knew seats would be open.
Exactly. And so we did that. But I was actually surprised.
Don't they check your ticket right there?
It was a Clipper game, not the Lakers.
Well then,
Again,
dang, it's
Clipper
only
game.
2 more weeks left of regulation. I was about to
Clipper
say I
game.
should have went to
Clipper game. Yeah, so I watched them play the Bucks. It was cool.
I think I really like the Greek freak.
Antetokounmpo?
Mm-hmm.
I like him. I think he's cool.
Him.
I like his accent. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I like his accent a lot. I like Joel Embiid's accent.
Yeah, I do
don't
too.
know.
I do too.
They be cracking me up.
But I like the Greek freak better than Joel Embiid.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Tough choice.
Both physically and basketball-y. Is basketball-y a word?
You know what?
Basketballable.
I think we should stop there. And so
Basketball ability.
okay.
That's
Two
not
separate
better.
words.
Basketball ability, it sounds right.
But as 2 separate words.
No.
You're going to
I like his physicality and his basketball ability. It's a word.
Yeah, it was dope. DeAndre Jordan is big as fuck.
He is. I've seen him a few times in person.
But I was like, ugh, like you are so. Why don't you have a championship? Why aren't you Shaq? This nigga is huge.
Everybody can't be Shaq.
I don't care. This nigga is huge with no reason. Like,
it's a reason, nigga. He's getting paid for the reason. The reasons.
But yeah, that was cool. That was an interesting basketball experience because I've gone to a Laker game where like if you are a fan of the opponent, you can't wear their jersey into Staples Center.
Kind of, but honestly, LA is kind of bougie too. Like when you watch other basketball games or football games or whatever, you see the whole stadium in that color or in those jerseys. LA all the time, like everybody don't be repping like that. Like niggas just trying to show off their outfit more than they're like.
Oh no, totally.
Supportive.
No. I agree, but the amount of Milwaukee Bucks fans that I like, Wisconsin, like. Y'all niggas are here.
Yeah.
Y'all Milwaukee's
like
in the
rapping.
house. Sound weird to me. And like it was just funny to like hear people cheer so hard for either the Clippers or the Bucks because they're both trash.
The Clippers.
It was an interesting
The Clippers were
experience.
right. What's that commercial? Oh, you almost had it. That's the Clippers. That describes like the last 6 years, 7 years.
Oh,
the Clippers are sitting there.
goodness.
They almost had it, and now everybody damn gone.
Yeah, but that's like the one fun thing I did during spring break was the basketball game, and it was cool. And I was excited to see a lot of. I saw Eric Bledsoe. That was cool. He's as muscular as he looks. Like I'm like, he looked like a running back.
Okay, and
Like,
I'm.
why are
I
we
just want to
playing
say we never talked
basketball?
about that. I'm with when they was talking about LeBron being a playing for the Steelers or whatever.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have been saying that LeBron looked like a damn football player. I have been saying that shit. Like I'm with the crossover.
It's funny
If
because he
football
can play
wasn't so-
multiple positions.
Yeah, if football wasn't so like, you know, them niggas getting their brains knocked out,
Yeah.
I'm sure more because they all did it in high school.
Yeah.
Like they all did it in high
all
school. They
play,
played
yeah.
both. So like I would love to
Yeah,
see that
LeBron
shit.
did play football in
To
high
be
school.
honest, LeBron just I would love what
Yeah. So.
stacking quarterbacks and shit. LeBron will be in that thing. He'll be going.
No,
up.
that would be. He looks like a football player.
What is
like,
the position I'm talking about? A linebacker is that what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could be like he could probably he could
Is
play.
that the
he could
person
probably
that
play
blitz?
deep.
Yeah, that's what LeBron would be.
Yeah, he could be a DB maybe.
I'm
That nigga's
with that.
big though. Like
Yeah,
I,
that's
260. I'm
and
like
Andre
ooh.
Iguodala would be a
Fuck.
football player too.
Ugh.
But they tall. Football players aren't usually that tall.
No, yeah, that nigga's 6'8". Like where LeBron at?
So,
Right there, nigga.
They just stocky, just little and buff. I want to grow a little bit. Damn.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What else this week? I feel like something must have happened. The Weeknd released an album. Have you heard it?
I mean, are you done with your portion of the week? Nothing else happened for you?
Oh no. God.
Oh no, God.
Yeah.
So you know how like you listen to old like songs that you listened to when you were little, you listen to them now older?
I did do that.
I
actually
didn't
did
realize that I've never really heard the dirty versions of Ja Rule's music until recently, and I do not like. I could have gone my whole life without hearing Ja Rule say, "I got a fetish for fucking you with your skirt on." That shit sound I sound like I've been audibly raped. I do not like hearing Ja Rule.
Virgin
it does not sound good hearing Ja Rule rap about sex. I don't like it. Was that turning anybody on? Was Ja Rule getting pussy off of that? Like, it's not like Plies. That's cool. Like, I can hear him say it, but Ja Rule, I don't want to hear somebody like that talking about
Camille,
sex.
relax.
No, he needs to relax. I was uncomfortable listening to his music. And when I play you, baby. I fuck you crazy and I'm gone. No, please don't fuck me crazy. Please fuck me very sane, like, and then just.
Like, is there any way that you could just leave and not fuck me? Like, is that? Can we set that up?
I did not like hearing the dirty versions of Ja Rule music. He could have kept that. It's so aggressive. And it's not even like attractive hood nigga aggressive. It's just like, ugh. Like, there's no softness in it at all. You give me like no charisma. You just yelling about pussy. I don't want to hear that shit. I didn't like that at all. That was that. But yeah, the Weeknd put out something. Tink put out something. I started to listen to the Weeknd a little bit, but I didn't hear it all.
I don't. Maybe I might get some heat for this, but like the Weeknd more so lately has been releasing really similar music to me. Like
similar to each other.
Yeah, to himself. Like, it
seems like he's trying to go back to like old The Weeknd, like druggy The Weeknd with this project, from what I've heard so far. Which people have been asking for. Like,
I would like it.
Yeah, I like that better.
I haven't finished the whole project all the way through, so let me not
say anything. And it's just too soon to say anything anyway. The Rockets clinched the number 1 spot in the West.
No, that's a surprise.
Really?
First, okay,
they've been number 1 for a minute.
No. I think it's like from the beginning of the season, it was fairly assumed that the Warriors would be number 1 in that conference, and then to slowly watch how, like, I don't think anybody could have predicted how James Harden and Chris Paul played together. Like, I was
gonna be the big. Ooh, sorry, y'all. I thought that was gonna be the biggest bust.
Yeah, like, I was like, there's no way that this is like 2 point guards. Yeah. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But them niggas made it work and dethroned Golden State. Probably partially due to Golden State's injuries, but also because they, like, Houston's pretty good. Yeah,
they're good. And James Harden is balling.
James Harden is actually...
He's definitely going to get MVP this year.
A good basketball player. I realized that this season.
It took me a while.
Regular season, I think...
It took me a while to admit it, but yeah.
I think James Harden, like, if... He honestly still needs to prove himself in the playoffs. Like, so does Chris Paul. They're both known for having complete meltdowns in the playoffs. Like, them niggas get in and never... And then they just be out. Both of them.
I feel like what an ugly horn that was.
That was disgusting.
I wouldn't even want to break into that car anymore. Like, shut this shit up. If they don't do well, then is Chris Paul the problem? Because he could have taken the Clippers far with the squad that he had.
No, you know what? I don't know, because I think part of the reason that even a James Harden and a Chris Paul kind of want to come together is when the Clippers failed so many times, and let's not forget that it's not just the Clippers for Chris Paul, which is, in my opinion, Chris Paul gets too much credit compared to, like, how much we bash Melo, how accomplished D-Wade is, how accomplished LeBron is. Mm-hmm. Like, CP3 is in that class of greatness.
Yeah, it's them 4 niggas,
they're, like, supposed to be the best at their positions. Obviously,
the brotherhood of the traveling
banana boats shorts. Or some shit. But like, Chris Paul was also in New Orleans and nothing came out of that. Mm-hmm. He proved that, and then he came to the Clippers to a squad that was pretty damn good. Like, you got Blake Griffin, you got DeAndre Jordan, and then you got Jamal Crawford off the bench as the 6th man.
They had such a squad.
They had a squad, and then that
and then they got Doc Rivers.
Like, yeah, seriously. Like that shit couldn't have been written. It couldn't have been written better.
Such a bust.
And then they did nothing in the playoffs. So this is like 2 stints and Chris Paul is supposed to be better than everybody on the Clippers, everybody on New Orleans. So he is the guy, right? But you've proved that you're not really the guy. Like LeBron has carried teams to the finals. D Wade has carried teams to the finals, and they've both won together and separately. Carmelo is like, is Carmelo even? Do you think
is this gonna be his first playoffs?
Yes. Well, no, not his first playoffs, but he's always been eliminated in like the first round. And he's only gone like 3 times, I think, and that was with the Nuggets. He never went with the Knicks. And so like one thing I've been thinking is Carmelo gonna be in Hall of Fame? Is he a basketball Hall of Famer? Because in my opinion, he's, for how good he was supposed to be, he's underachieved
technically
so
he
much.
can be, yeah.
Because if we give niggas like LeBron so much like hate for, you know, losing in the finals however many times, or KD for joining another team and then winning, or Russ for not winning but balling out, what does that mean for Carmelo Anthony and Chris Paul? Like their legacies. If Chris Paul doesn't win a championship with Houston, is he in the Hall of Fame? Or is he revered as still one of the best point guards? Because he, in my opinion, has underachieved. Like
niggas is gonna give it to him, but I feel what you're saying. Like he's gonna get it because
it's crazy
it's hard
how much
to
of a
argue.
pass
Like
Chris Paul gets
he
in comparison to a lot of his other
to Melo. Like you just said it. Like just that comparison alone. Like Melo gets so much shit, and Chris Paul
much shit, and Chris Paul could just move from another team and then not take them to the playoffs. Like James Harden has been to the finals.
Yeah.
Well, OKC. Granted, it was a young team, and like yes, LeBron.
We made it though.
LeBron, you know, finished that team off. But
I had a party at my house and everything to watch.
But at the same time, he's been there. James Harden has been there as the 6th man, but he's been there, and he's also.
It's definitely different to get there. Like
yeah,
it's a whole
But we've also seen James Harden completely collapse on a big stage without Russell, without KD, where he's like just a deer in headlights. So I think if they don't make it to the finals this year, I don't know. I feel like
you don't know which one to put that on.
I think part of the reason that they got together is so that they could both take the blame.
Yeah,
because for real,
hey nigga, we know we both not gonna make it, so it'll be a little me, a
why
little
would
you.
Why?
Because
when the Clippers lose, it's Chris Paul's fault.
Yeah.
Like when Houston loses, is James Harden's.
But I'll say if Houston loss would still be James Harden, because that's still James Harden team.
I agree, but you can't negate that Chris Paul is on that team and that he should be able to fill that void when he's not doing it. Exactly. When James Harden's off, Chris Paul should have to be on.
Carmelo was supposed to be helping out at OKC.
Which, god damn.
Paul George has been very helpful.
He's out of there. With the way Carmelo is playing, that's crazy.
I mean, if Melo could get us together, we really, really, really could have a chance.
I think that like the kind of help.
I think Lala need to stop playing and just move to Oklahoma, because I'm just gonna write her a letter like, please, girl, make him suffer later. He need love and support right now. We trying to make it to the finals.
I don't know. I don't know if Lala could even help with that at this point, because at the beginning of the season, maybe she could have whipped it together. But he looks like he just has no confidence. Yeah. Like, how you miss free throws at the end of the, like, Carmelo.
I could imagine, though. Like, you get me, like, he gets the most shit out of all of them. And your brothers in your squad is LeBron and
so that's my next point, is how bad is...
Because D-Wade can go through, like, if Melo even did what D-Wade does, which is go through like bad years and then go through years, we like, damn, this nigga is still balling. Like, he can't even give me a full year of being good and then a year of being bad and a year of being good. Like,
exactly.
I just need something like D-Wade is hot this year. Yeah. Like, next year he might not.
Even in bad years, he's still... D-Wade is probably at his worst like a 14-point a game scorer. Yeah. How is Carmelo averaging 9.8 points for OKC right now? You below double digits.
Like, what was the fucking point of getting you? We could have got some young nigga that was trying to work.
You could have gotten y'all could have kept Oladipo, who's balling.
God, we could have kept Oladipo. This nigga been getting off. Lord, he been getting off. My God. Nigga made it to the damn All-Star game because he was getting off so much. Like,
yeah. I think, like, that's the crazy thing is, like, having LeBron as, like, as one of the people you're compared to. Like, he's balling like he's 22 right now.
Who, LeBron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say the same
we haven't even got to the fucking playoffs yet.
Yeah, but you can't say the same for anyone else.
None of the other three.
Like, LeBron literally has not missed a game. And how is, like, that's crazy to have that be the person who you're supposed to be. Like, that's your peer. So I feel like it magnifies what they're not doing even more when he could go out and score 40 in his 15th season.
And also the fact that you could literally call this nigga up and be like, hey, work out with me. Like, you get me? Like, that makes it even worse. Like, nigga,
hey, bro, you want to train?
You mean to tell me that y'all FaceTime all the time and y'all be on banana boats, but you don't go to the gym with this nigga? What? Now I'm even more mad at you. Like, nigga, if I was the coach, I'd be like, go work out with LeBron. What the fuck is he doing? Ain't y'all best friends?
What you over here talking to me for?
Get in the gym with that nigga.
What you over here talking to me for? You know the best coach in the world.
What the fuck is he doing? Go work out with that nigga. That nigga was up. Y'all FaceTime each other at the damn gym. Make sure each other is awake. Hey, bro, did you go put that work in and that? Fuck you mean?
Yeah, but how you feeling about OKC's?
I know one thing. We made a bet at the beginning of the year that we would be ranked higher than y'all. That OKC would be ranked higher than the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's not even fair
because Jimmy
going
Buckets
into the
is
playoffs.
out.
Hey, we made a bet at the beginning of the year that OKC would be ranked higher than the Timberwolves going into the playoffs. What are the rankings right now? We only have 2 weeks left.
They're 7th.
And OKC is 4.
And the Timberwolves they may not go to the playoffs.
Nigga, the Spurs for a second wasn't even in that motherfucker.
The fact that I think that's crazy to me, though, that the Spurs were ever even in it. Kawhi not playing.
Yeah, he's not playing.
He's like,
But that just shows, it's pop. Them niggas is doing the Spurs is the only NBA team still doing the 3-man weave, and they implemented it in the game.
Name 5 Spurs players right now. I don't know. No, I'll be watching Spurs games like
Aldridge. Does Tony Parker still play?
Yeah, you can't. Those
you said name 5. They got name 5.
You go Ginobili. Tim Duncan still playing. Pop
don't count. He don't count. He don't count. He on the team, so they all won.
Oh God!
Will he be back?
Kawhi? Mm-hmm. I think he wants more money. I don't know if he's. I really don't know if he's gonna be.
The
back
nigga just quiet all the time. We really don't know what's happening now. He not
Can you
playing
imagine
or saying anything?
Can you imagine how annoying that must have been for them to call a team meeting for Kawhi and try to talk to him? And this nigga just like.
Who's the worst interviewer, Kawhi or the Migos?
Or the Migos? Oh shit! At least the Migos got ad-libs.
Or Takeoff specifically. It's not even the other two. It's just Takeoff. He just will not say anything. Ever since the one time they asked him a question, they asked him about Bad and Bougie, and he was like, "Fuck that! I'm not saying."
Here's the
nothing
concept. Takeoff should interview Kawhi.
They gonna need sign language in that interview. Nobody gonna say nothing. Takeoff really answer everything with song lyrics.
That way. So
Angela Yee said,
so how do you think the album is doing so far? Yeah, that way.
Angela Yee said, so when should we expect a project with you and Lil Yachty? Y'all doing a joint project? He said, just wait on it. And that was it. Like, that is one of y'all songs.
That's an ad-lib, bro.
You cannot just say that to the answer.
He probably plays the song on the microphone too. He don't even say nothing. Just
Lord, oh my gosh, irritating.
No, that shit is funny. I don't know. Kawhi may not be a Spur.
So where will he go? He can't go anywhere else and not talk.
That's true. I think the Spurs are probably like the one place he would fit.
Everybody that's on the Spurs fits there. That's why I always said that Kevin Durant should go to the Spurs. I think that he would fit on the Spurs.
They would be really good if Kevin Durant was there. I think LeBron and Kawhi should get together.
I mean, everybody else is doing everything and getting with everybody.
That's the only... I think the Eastern Conference needs at least one team that's like a Golden State or a Houston Rocket. Otherwise, it's just going to be...
Who's number one? The Raptors are number one on the East.
Yeah, the Raptors. That's cute.
but LeBron is going.
Yeah, like it's
gonna happen.
Damn,
it's so discouraging. Like I work hard.
We got the number 1 seed this year. Boom, boom, boom. This, that, and the other, and then boom, you get swept.
All of this shit, they naming all of the damn stats every game.
Yeah, but we were number 1. But who's the Eastern Conference champion? LeBron.
Poor babies. All right. What else? No, I'm gonna save that. I have a question for you that I have a question for you. Why is it that, like, in everyday life, we all treat old people like they don't know shit, they can't do shit, you can't drive, you can't live by yourself, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you know, we're very dismissive of old people in everyday life, right? Am I making that up?
No, you're not.
But we allow for 74-year-olds to be the president. Why is it that some aspects of life, like we old people are just like, you can't do this, you can't drive yourself to the store, you can't live by yourself, all of this stuff, but 73-year-olds can run the fucking country and they all up in the Senate and Congress and shit. How does that make any sense?
I think that the way we think about age has so much to do with what people look like than like their actual age and the status of their physiology. Like if you think of a 74-year-old, like if they don't look 74, or like in our example, like to me the president right now, he doesn't look like anything to me. Like I don't understand what kind of creature like this is. I don't know how to like throw it. I don't know how to even put an age on this kind of creature. Like I don't know which species it is.
He's
so
like
I
a
can't
Pokemon before it evolved.
I can't properly date it. So if somebody doesn't fit into that, like they look old type of shit, like they're not gonna do it. But the thing is, you're right though, because niggas like John McCain are definitely stumbling into Congress, and we don't know when the last breath is going. Hey, this nigga look on his last step each time, but and if he's responsible for the legislation of an entire state.
You feel me? So if he was at the family barbecue or whatever, and he like, oh, here go grandpa again telling his old war stories or telling his stories from back in the day, everybody will be over this shit, right? But we're gonna sit up here and listen to him try to introduce a law or whatever. Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
I completely understand.
It's so backwards. It don't make any sense to me.
I think
that was one of my high thoughts for the week.
Just like there's an age that you have to be president, there should be a cutoff age for a president. I don't give a fuck if niggas think that is ageism. And I definitely think it should be 60. I don't think that I should be able to even be president if I'm over like 65. Like if you up for retirement, bro, just do that, because you have to imagine how out of touch you are.
AMC, then you shouldn't be able to be the president
without them asking you for your ID.
Yeah, if they just if off top they already know that you get the senior discount, you cannot be the president.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think that there should be a cutoff, because not only just like the age thing and the fact that maybe your brain is deteriorating in a different way, but like, if you're 74, how out of touch are you with some shit that a motherfucker who's 24 is going through? Like,
exactly,
you're 50 years a senior to somebody who is like in the workforce right now. Like, how could you ever think that you could relate to some shit like that?
And especially old people right now, because old people right now like hug Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. You get me? Like, y'all just y'all actually live through racist times and shit. Like, y'all are actually alive for that shit. Mm-hmm. So you really don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, you're so far removed. Like, she wouldn't want me to say that. It wasn't, you don't have to be that old.
A person.
I'm not even going to say anything because I'm just not going to say it. But racism was not that long ago. Like, of course racism is now, but I'm talking about like blatant, open, colors only racism was not that fucking long ago. So the fact that right now we have just old ass people that are trying to make up the rules of a world that's changing, that's not even it's not even yours anymore.
But
like,
also like
you don't even have to live through the shit that you're trying to change.
Also claiming that they are no longer like racist.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Like, bro,
but
really?
can you imagine, like, if
have you ever tried to change an old person's mind?
Not even that, but if you were like a really young person and you grew up and you're like, I can't imagine myself changing my own values right now because of the way I've been raised. I'm 24 now, so it's like, I can't imagine ever being like, oh, well, now I'm 30 and now I have completely different thoughts and values and morals because the law has said that this thing is no longer good.
Yeah, because
and people
the
are
law
saying,
said it.
And people are saying that racism is bad, so I'm no longer going to be racist. Starting... Wait, hold on. One more nigger. Now.
Had to get it
Had
out.
to get out.
Had to get my last
Had
one out.
to
Like,
get out.
this ain't a motherfucking diet, my nigga. Like, you know, just start this shit.
So now it's like
Yeah,
I'm nah.
I got it all in myself. Like, I had one last racist shebang, went to one last KKK meeting, and now it's done.
Watched my
like,
last lynching in 1963, and after that, I've never been
because that
same.
law passed. Like, get the fuck out of here. I just don't understand why we do that.
And it's like, there's no way.
We coddle old people.
There's no
like,
way.
that's all I see all the time. Like, mama, be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, oh no, my grandma just crazy, blah, blah. But we're letting someone's grandfather be the president. And I'm not just talking about Orangey. I'm talking about like all presidents. Like, you know,
yeah.
Like they've all been pretty old.
Yeah.
Obama was like one of the youngest
presidents we've had.
So it's like, why do we trust these old? And I get in politics you have to have like a certain level of experience
but
and shit. Like,
case.
I get that, but you don't need to be 70, my nigga. You was experiencing putting the holes on niggas. So no, I don't think that you should be the president. But that was just a random thought that came to mind.
I think it's so like, it's just so weird when you talk to people who definitely grew up like where it was okay to have certain thoughts or to blatantly say certain things, and then now they're like evolved, and I'm like,
even the shit with women too. Like, you know, y'all just lived in a different time. With like, yeah, I had to slap my wife before I came to dinner. This bitch tried to give me some cold broccoli. Like, he gave me like that.
You're not like, that's
going
not
around
true.
doing stuff like that too. So it's just like, how do you expect it? And so now in the age where everyone is just always like fighting for their right to do whatever, how are we expecting all of these old people with these old ass values to make decisions for this new ass world?
And
when they all lived through a time where they wasn't fucking with gay people, they wasn't fucking with women, they wasn't fucking with minorities.
Yeah.
How are we expecting them to fucking listen to us? Why are we electing these old ass niggas?
And I think like how confused or how like removed we feel when motherfuckers is talking about, oh, like at least like when you've never experienced it, when they're like, oh, like blacks only in these restrooms and whites only in this restrooms, but you never lived through it. You like, damn, like that's crazy to me that if I was born 60 years ago, 70 years ago, you would literally be forced to use a certain restroom, and how like that mind blowing that is to your head, because for us, we've been able to use
bathrooms. We just think it's something simple. Like,
yeah, exactly. So then you flip that, and then you think about a person who today has to use maybe their kids have to use the same bathrooms, and they're completely like, this is weird. Like, I can't, like, you gotta go to the bathroom with other black kids. Mm-hmm. Like, for real? Like, I have to, when I'm surprised by something, you can't put it past it that other people are surprised at the complete opposite of what you are, because that was the reality. Like, that's what it was. So when motherfuckers try to tell you like that's the one thing I can never get over. If you grew up racist, you just are. There's no hope.
It's instilled. Even like, for example, I don't consider myself the most like religious person, but nigga, every time I go into church, I cry. I remember the songs, like the scriptures, like you give me like
it's because you're raised. It's how you were.
That's how you were raised. That's how you were raised. So you're in that, like, no matter what. That's it's instinctual almost. Like, if something happened to me, I'm crying out Jesus immediately. I'm praying, like, boom. It's instinctual.
Exactly.
So that shit is just in you. My nigga, if you was raised to hate niggers, that's.
And I can't never give somebody more credit than they deserve just because they tell me that they're not something. Like, if I can conceive it in my own head, like it's a possibility. Yeah, like, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Like, people will really sit there and try to convince you that they're not racist while they're saying racist shit, or sexist shit or homophobic shit. But we'll be like, I'm not, but I'm just saying, and it's like,
but what you just said was racist. But okay.
So I think that the problem is that you don't understand what racism
is. Yeah. Maybe you just have a problem with like how dictionaries work and the meaning of words.
Exactly. And it's like older people are like it's like sometimes I see it's like trying to even change people's minds. But it's like,
it's no. That's,
just wait for them to die.
That's literally my.
That's
one,
the only
one,
way.
Literally, that's what we have to do. But two, like it's. Yes, after a certain
like,
age,
imagine somebody
it's
trying to tell you
impossible to try to change an old person's mind. Like
you don't even have to
if
be
I've been
old,
thinking
like,
this for 50 years,
exactly,
it's not really much because after 50 years, you've been in enough experiences with you've seen like you could see both sides of something, and you could just see how not all people like you could see all that.
It's just not recognizing
the
the same for you.
Yeah,
it's not gonna.
Because that's how the fuck you grew up.
There
so
for you.
You're not really.
Because I mean,
change.
like when you're trying to change somebody's mind or some shit, especially about like things, I always try to put it in mind. Like I'm like, if like imagine somebody was trying to tell me that black people are not superior, I'd be like, yeah, I don't understand what you're saying.
But my whole life, that's not what I've seen.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Not what I've been told.
I don't understand what you're saying. So it's like, if something wouldn't register for me, I don't expect to ever get in an argument or go back and forth with somebody and expect that it, like, sometimes you just need to show me one thing that shows me that you're racist, and I'll let it go.
That's it.
Like, just show me that you are, so that I know, and then after that, I'm never even going to invest any energy. I don't even have to waste
my time or energy or nothing in it because I already know what you're about.
Exactly. You
That's hate
crazy.
Nigga girls.
Yeah, but we do like...
We
do
coddle
vote.
Old people
we do
in
like
everyday life all of the fucking time. Old people can't do this, they can't do that. Don't listen to them. They just rambling. They don't know what they talking about. Blah 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 blah. But then we let all these old people run everything. I just don't.
Like, I want to see, especially we've never seen some of our senators driving. Like some of them aren't even eligible to drive. Me? That's unfortunate.
You feel me? They have the provisional license where you can only drive to like the doctors and the grocery store and then
only
back.
Between the hours of 8 and 8.
So
that changes during daylight savings.
That was interesting to me. That was another like random high thought that I had.
High thoughts.
The Howard got scammed. Joanne the Scammer went to Howard University and we didn't even know. How crazy. Do you want some more?
No, I'm okay. I'm just saying.
You sure?
Sure.
Just a little bit.
I'll have some.
Oh, okay. That's
Thank
so
you.
Cool.
Thank you.
No problem.
I appreciate it. Cheers. Every time I hit the cup on the mic, I say cheers.
You want some juice?
Yes, I want some juice.
Passionate from miles away.
Hey.
Passive at the things you say.
But that is crazy that somebody like scammed the whole university and
they just took a little bit from everyone. I think they took a meal.
Oh, I thought it was like 500,000.
Oh, you may be right. You may be correct.
But this nigga was taking trips, dressed good as fuck.
Because it's just like you would think that a black person would be better at it. Like, you get me? Like, I can't, if I'm going to do some shit like that, I'm definitely going to not openly flex.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I would flex, but I'm definitely not posting it on Instagram. I'm keeping these photos for myself.
Yeah.
And then maybe once in a while you do like a TBT of like something, but that's it. I'm never going to actually take photos like every time I go.
Full-fledged flexing. Like, it wasn't no half-assed flex. No. Like, it was like Migos level flexing. Like, I'm going to get Yoda on the chain flexing.
Yeah, it's like if you're black and you're flexing that tough, and you have all that, like, niggas is gonna be like, why are you here?
You're at Howard, where like they're not even notoriously known for having the best financial aid package. Like, you get me? Everybody there is on like needing all of the dollars that they have. So for you to just be flexing like that, and you're flexing and you're working. If you were just flexing, then we know you must got rich parents or whatever. Like, you get me?
Or you're drug
dealing, yeah, like something else. But the fact that we know you're going to work every day and you flexing, like, you don't think black people is gonna ask some questions?
Not only that, but like you said, you going to Howard. Niggas know like the brands that you rocking. Niggas know the car that you driving, and niggas know that that's just not cheap. It's gonna register off top. Like,
either niggas gonna start hating or they gonna want to be put on.
Yeah.
So
let me hold something.
Yeah.
Let me hold something.
How you making this money, bro? I'm trying to make money with you. Like, all that shit. Or they gonna hate and figure out how you making this money. Then they see some other shit.
Exactly.
But then, so students started to see. Did they see that they were like missing like a G in their financial aid or something like that?
I think people started like messaging the financial aid office about something about their like packages. I don't know.
That's crazy bold.
But somebody was telling me like it's crazy how easy it is to commit certain crimes. Like it should be harder to commit some crimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like if you put shit in front of my face and it's like, this is too easy, I'm gonna have to do it. Like,
and it's because you'll be surprised about how many people don't really pay attention. Like even thinking about how money flows now, like you don't really ever see your money. Mm-hmm. Like you're never seeing it, holding on to it. It makes it easier to spend and easier to lose track of. Mm-hmm. So if I'm never really physically, like you're not handing me $3,000 for my financial aid. It's just all numbers and electronic and paperwork. So it's so easy to like overlook something. Yeah. So it makes it easy to scam. But I will say, Twitter has been in its prime. Like. The Twitter that we love, like they've been going up, and the students was in there singing "Bitch better have my money."
This is the kind of crime that we need.
That was beautiful.
This is the kind of crime that I approve of.
Yeah,
like, this is just. I hope that the student doesn't get like.
What you hope that nigga don't get what? Yeah,
not too much time. I hope not, because
I mean he's gonna get more time than the white people that embezzle.
But that's what I mean is like fuck that. Like you niggas,
you get to see some nigga embezzlement.
Yeah, like just some white people. Yeah, fuck that. You niggas should have been on your P's and Q's and known that shit was going out.
But I would rather be if he embezzled from white people. I would be happy with that. Like you didn't have to embezzle your own people.
Nah, because
is that a proper sentence? Embezzle your own people. I'm not sure.
No, you're right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would rather be embezzled from by a black person than a white person.
I mean, yeah,
because I'm like, at least I know you putting it towards the right shit, like cars and clothes, not fucking investments and shit.
Only reason why I would rather be embezzled by the victim of embezzlement by a black person than a white person, because white people, you already done enough to us. Like,
yeah, like what is like, this really? Slavery? What more slavery 5.0? Is this the fucking like, iOS 20 version of slavery? The update of slavery?
Leave us alone, please. Yeah. Please leave us alone. So that's the reason why it would be okay. But I mean, I'm good with no embezzlement at all. And this nigga was really just flexing. Like he didn't start a business. They say
he had a personal photographer.
Like what? You did this for Instagram?
A personal photographer, bro. So you didn't even pay your own.
You took my financial aid.
You didn't pay off your own financial aid.
He didn't even buy like a nice tripod to take his own photos. Like you just waste the money. Like you could invest. If I'm gonna embezzle, then I'm gonna open up like a bomb ass like bar or something on campus. You give me like I embezzled, but I still gave back. You just was just doing dumb shit. Like you didn't put nothing into your business to decide for no kids or nothing.
I guess now I'm mad.
Yeah, you get me? Like that was bullshit embezzlement. If you gonna take the money, at least do something. Like he didn't start a business. Well, I don't know everything that he did because I guess I didn't read.
No, it seemed pretty petty.
But you get me?
But just from the looks of it, it looked like
vacation.
It was petty.
Nah, my nigga, you didn't pay off your mama house, like something. You get me? Something. You just
all of that shit they could take back.
Money. Yeah.
All of that shit they could take back. So I'm like, yeah, I'm buying a house, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm paying off
in someone else's name. Yeah,
I'm paying off a car.
Oh, so that I could keep. Yeah. So, do better.
Damn, it ain't nothing wrong with some H&M. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I guess we could move on to the main course now.
Okay.
Got you the key, but it wasn't enough. I wish I knew who you were from the jump. You gon' regret it the day that I'm out. Think got a whole lot of shit on her mind.
Is there a black Niggerkin?
What? Was that the name of your black beer? Yeah. What is it called?
Niggerkin.
Niggerkin?
I'm doing Heineken.
Oh, Niggerkin.
Niggerkin.
Nigga, yes, you niggas would just be too happy to be. I just said the beer name, bro. Relax. That's what they'll say. All right, so we saw this Heineken commercial, it's a video, and the bartender sees the nice little white woman on the other side of the bar, and he decides to slide her
She looks
a beer.
thirsty as white women.
She looks thirsty, yeah. Damsel in distress. So he slides her a beer, and the beer passes like 4 black people. And then when it gets to her, it says, sometimes lighter is better. this sometimes really piss me off. Like,
not now, not this time.
Sometimes lighter is better. Like, sometimes lighter is better.
I think this time I'm gonna go darker. No, but this time I
I'm gonna lighter. Lighter's better. So we were just talking about how it really seems as though a lot of these companies are just starting to do this shit on purpose, and it's gotten to the point where I'm not even really about to feed in. Well, I guess I'm feeding into it now because we're doing that as the main course, but I don't want to feed into it anymore. You see, I've never taken a business class, but I could imagine that most businesses study other businesses and see their trajectories and shit that was working for them and what wasn't working for them. It seems as though pissing black people off is working for a lot of these businesses.
I'm calling it black baiting.
H&M did it. I don't remember if it was
black baiting.
Black baiting. Black baitism. There we go. But like, I don't remember if it was Xbox or PlayStation. They did it too with something with like a white and black thing. Like, so many of these companies are doing it to where the Dove commercial, like, what can we do to where we know the black people do it on Twitter? A white girl say nigga, yeah, I'm like, but can you say the N-word? You're white. Like, just the smallest things that they know is going to get a reaction out of black people, and we react. There's no such thing as bad press to these companies. That's what we have to understand. So when we go on these huge rampages and shit, at the end of the day, what did I do? I clicked to watch the commercial. That's what the fuck they care about. We live in an era where the clicks and the downloads and the views and shit matter.
Yeah, that
so
shit,
if you're
like,
if you're doing clickbait to piss black people off, like, oh, well, I want to see why everyone is mad at Heineken, so now Heineken is on the brand, and Heineken is trending, and you know, like, it's just a tired ass, lazy ass advertising concept. And I'm tired of it.
That shit is, I don't know. I'm like, it's really genius. Especially because social media right now is very much controlled by black culture. Mm-hmm. Like, when you think about
everything is controlled by black culture now.
But, you know, like, the way that where advertisements really get to circulate in short videos, like 30 seconds videos circulate, is social media. So that is like one sort of safe space that black people have sort of carved out for themselves. Like, Twitter for black people did not, like, a year ago, it was not about these advertisements. Like, that shit was really funny. Yeah. Like, black Twitter was really funny. Like, we was roasting niggas and doing this, that, and the other. And then it turned into, like, companies using that community.
Twitter, do your thing.
As a way to, like, push a product in a backwards kind of way. Like, not only that, but to me, it plays up to the quiet racist. That's the one thing that really bothers me is, like, a quiet, like, that's kind of popular right now, like, quiet racist. Like, niggas who, like, white people who really hate black people. Like, that shit is on the rise, like, alt-right shit like that. So they are probably more apt to even buy into these companies and shit like that just because it seems like they're with the shit that they're with, like, anti-blackness. So,
you know, I was wow, we do not sound the same from this angle. Hold on. I did not like that at all. I was listening to the Brilliant Idiots podcast, and Charlamagne was talking about the Roseanne show just rebooted.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
And okay, so you probably have a lot more insight than me because I didn't.
It was weird.
From what I remember from Roseanne, anyway, the last season was all a fantasy or a dream.
It was like
before,
book or
before he came, and the husband actually died. Yeah. So I'm confused how they could do a reboot anyway. Like, are they still in a dream? But it was just before you like talk about what actually happened, because I don't know. The premise is that there are like some Trump supporters in the house or whatever. So, and they got like something like 16 million views or something, like something absolutely absurd. So just like you said, it's making the closet racists feel more comfortable, because if you think about it, technically they don't have representation. Like, everything that you turn on the news and on TV is, everything you turn on the news and on TV is people like trashing Trump supporters and, you know, like saying everything that's wrong, but you don't see anybody that is besides Tommy Loren. Yeah, like, you get me? So it plays into that, like, they get representation and like they have this voice.
You know
they get to share.
It's
now.
kind of funny when like you bringing up Roseanne was kind of important because I was really shocked that like the show, because I used to watch Roseanne when I was like younger. Like my mom used to work 2-3 jobs, so I would be up at night. Nick at Night was my shit.
Yeah.
So Cosby Show to Cheers to Three's Companies to Roseanne, like I would watch those sitcoms. All like if I'm scared, I'm out there watching them. Like I'm home alone, I'm turning the TV on, and Nick at Night was always there. So those were the shows that I would actually watch, like at night, through the night, staying up or whatever. And Roseanne was always cool because it was never political. Like Roseanne was never actually like it was the.
There was just some white people struggling, right?
Yeah, the representation was just that. It was just a white, like lower to middle class white family, and kind of the things that they go through, and that was it. Like there was they never mentioned any like presidents. They never mentioned any kind of politics, shit like that. Like it would never go that far. And on top of that, from the way that the show was going, like you would even maybe come down to the conclusion that they would have been a more liberal family by the way that they like the way they act and stuff like that. And then,
so are they all? Is it split in the household?
Yeah. So like I guess like that's the premise of the this is funny because I watched this yesterday. Is like one. It's like because Roseanne has a sister, and the sister is super liberal, and then like Roseanne and Dan, her husband.
But isn't in real life Roseanne got everybody fucked up? Doesn't she support Trump in real life? And she like has she has like an issue with black. So something happened to where like she was really rah-rahing for Hillary the first time around when Hillary ran against Obama.
I feel like Roseanne actually ran for president.
She said something towards Obama like, now ain't your time, let the women have this. It's not that like you can run later. This is Hillary's time. And then she lost that time around, and then the second time around she was more like on Trump's side because it was just clear that she was anti-black. Like the first excuse was, oh, it's women's time now, and then I read something like that where Roseanne is not really fucking with niggas in real life anyway.
I don't know. Like I have never like I never got to the politics. I've never dived into like the politics of her as a comedian and shit. I think I just have this assumption of comedians that they're all liberal or some shit. But it was very much trying, like the point of that show was very much trying to humanize Trump supporters. Like it was about making sure that a certain group of people actually were seen as non-racist people. And they actually had in this show, like they had one of their sons, I guess, got with a black girl, so they have this tokenized black grandchild that they love so much.
Oh shit.
And then Darlene's kid is a boy who likes to like explore his gender. Okay. And so they have these.
So they're just trying to throw everything in there.
Yes, because it's like, look, we're accepting of Trump supporters are accepting of black people, like as long as they're this way. So Trump supporters are accepting of trans people.
Like showing representation for everybody. Like they're just trying to throw everybody in there.
It's not even about representation for everybody. It's centered around the fact that people who are Trump supporters love these people. They also love these people. Like trying to make it seem, trying to be like, they don't hate.
Gotcha.
Like, they don't. It's not that we hate black people. Like we hate certain things. It's not like that we hate trans people. We hate certain things. It's like Roseanne is this Trump supporter, and she goes and sits down with like her trans grandson and is like, "Hey, are you comfortable?" Like blah blah blah. Like talking about how he's gonna dress for the first day of school because he had like a skirt on. He had some leggings, these boots. Like it was a very combination of gender like. Outfit. Like he had a scarf on with just a regular like boy's t-shirt and like had a skirt with some tights or whatever. And the mom, who is Roseanne's daughter, was like saying like, we're just letting him express himself right now. Like if he ends up
and this is a little black boy or it's a white boy?
Okay. And it's like, if he ends up wanting it, like, either he's going to grow out of it, or this is really how he's going to express himself, because the kid was kind of wanting to be a fashion designer. So she was like, if this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do. And told her mom, like, just step off, like, let him do his thing. And so she goes to sit there and talk to him, like, hey, you might really get picked on. Like, does that bother you? Blah, blah, blah. At the end of the thing, though, it's like Roseanne being comfortable with how her grandson is dressed and taking him to school anyways, because he explained why he's dressing how he's dressing. And it's like, nobody owes you
Nobody owes you an explanation to make you feel comfortable, bitch. I don't give a fuck, like, if you care about how I dress. You don't need to know why. Are you wearing
They
it?
had this extra long. They had this extra.
So basically, what they're trying to tell us, like, if you explain to us why, well, I don't have to explain shit to you. You don't
also, that's not true.
First of all, because niggas have explained over and over and very clearly,
and that's that's part of the problem is.
Get the fuck out of here.
If you don't feel like you have to explain your conservatism to anybody else, and niggas don't feel like, people don't feel like they have to explain anything the other way around either. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing. You motherfuckers want to own guns. We want to own guns. Cool. Like, let it be.
Wow, that's interesting.
I'm specifically watching it to see
where it goes, because
it's really interesting. Because
do you think that more shows are going to try to now, like,
I really hope
depending
not.
on how the success of this show is, are going to try to show representation for the other side, for the more conservative?
I really don't. I really don't think that that's going to happen, because, like, when you think about Roseanne and the people who produced that show, they are from that era. Like, Roseanne is an older white lady. Like you said, she might have questionable politics. So she has control over how her show is made. But for the most part, younger people are out developing shows right now. Yeah, like, facts. For the most part, the people who are developing shows are not Roseanne's age. And Roseanne is sour too, because she's been through some shit in the entertainment business. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure she ran for president a while back. Also,
are you confusing her with Rosie O'Donnell?
Maybe.
I think so.
They're not the same person.
Yeah,
they look alike. Yeah, that's
right. Well, Rosie is Roseanne queer?
The other lady is queer.
No, I know Rosie O'Donnell is queer. Is Roseanne?
I don't think so.
Queer.
I hope not.
And Roseanne, now that I keep saying the name over and over, it sounds weird.
And it's like, it's like showing this. It's like a show of this, like, utopia where people get along no matter what.
And that's just not.
But
true.
Trump supporters are allowed to think what they are allowed to think, and like, the characters who are more liberal are allowed to think what they're allowed to think. But at the end of the day, they all love each other, and it's like,
nope. You get no love.
Like, you're literally talking shit to your trans grandson.
Like,
so, I mean, isn't it kind of irresponsible to have your son in a house where people are, like, where his grandparents are kind of bullying him? Yeah, because that's what the dad is doing half the time. So it's like,
who the dad, the
granddad,
the one that was supposedly dead. So how did they talk about?
Yeah, they brought up the fact that it was a book. Like, the beginning of the show, that they have this little short scene where it was like that year that when he died was part of a book, and then she was like, well, thankfully you didn't really die, it was just in the book, blah blah blah. And so this nigga's back. These niggas, yeah.
Who's Roseanne? That popping of a show I get. My mom used to watch it, so I guess.
I liked the show.
I never really, like, I can't even tell you. I don't know what that show was about. Like, I just know everything that I've said. They were, like, kind of poorer, and then I thought that he died the last season, but I didn't really know much about. I knew more about Married with Children than Roseanne.
It was honestly like a dumber Cosby show with poor white people. Yeah. And it was just the everyday bullshit that they would go through in suburban white, I don't know, wherever they're from. America.
But I thought the premises was that they didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah, that is, like, that they're low to middle class white people, and that these are their politics.
Oh yeah, for white people, they didn't have a lot of money. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely not, like, in the hood.
They're not like the Jeffersons.
They're not like Shameless.
Okay.
No, they're like actual lower to middle class suburban white people. Like,
gotcha.
He has a job. She has a job. He just works for like minimum pay. Mm-hmm. They're more like the family in like Everybody Hates Chris. Like,
but that's lower.
Yeah, but they're working.
Okay.
Like, to me, like a lower class is like,
it's Shameless.
Yeah, like when you think about, like, actual poverty, they were not,
or like The Project.
Yeah, they're not. Roseanne's family is not poverty. They just have enough money to get by.
Gotcha.
So it's like also playing up to that like white poor dumb hick who voted for a Trump because like her when they ask her why did you vote for, like when her sister asked her, like because they're getting into it, and then she goes like,
did she give a monologue?
No, it's like literally 2 seconds on why she voted for Trump. He talked about jobs, Jackie. He talked about jobs. Hillary didn't say anything about jobs. He talked
about a whole bunch of other shit too, though. See, that shit is niggas got selective hearing.
So that's how it goes.
So that's how we just supposed to be forgiving because he appealed to one thing. That's like the fucking, what is that thing that Tyler Perry said in them damn movies? The 80-20 rule. The conservatives is saying that as long as the 20 is cool, then that's all right. That's basically what they're saying. Like, exactly. Oh, well, he said this one cool thing. Like, what about the 80% of the other shit that he said was bad? We supposed to forget about the majority? If the majority of the things that he says is bad and you find a couple of things that he say is cool, that's not enough reason to support somebody. The good gotta outweigh the bad, my nigga.
Man, you know
what? Like that? What nigga? You trying to play me like that? You're not gonna justify that. He said one good thing, so that's cool for you. Like anybody could say one good thing that you agree with. You get me? Like Hitler probably said one thing that somebody's gonna agree with. Yeah. What? That's a dumbass.
No, it was
fuck out of here.
And then they talk about like shit, what was I gonna say?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Oh, they have like it's one of those shows where they're like they've obviously grown. Like the children have grown, they're older now, they have kids.
Is it the same kids that were there before?
Same exact actors. Aww. This one girl though, Becky, she looks exactly the same as she did back in. It's crazy.
She must not have been problematic.
And then all her other siblings like toe up from back in the day.
She must not have. She must have lived.
You have been drinking your water. You have not been smoking. You must be a vegan.
She has not. She's been very respectful of black people.
But anyways, it was crazy because her story started with she wanted to become like a surrogate mother. And she's like in her 40s, her early 40s. And then like the dad pretty much telling her like, I don't want you to do this. I'm not going to let her do this, Roseanne. And she's like, bro, she's 40. She's 42.
Like, nigga, I'm
so then it turned into this like her body. Isn't it her body, her choice? I'm like, at 40, you still got to do this? She's just trying to come up on 50,000.
Let me tell you something. I'm 24.
She's just trying to come up on 50,000.
This is the last year that any of my parents could make any suggestions about what I do with my body. I'm telling you, 25 is the cutoff time. If I'm 40 and you telling me what you think I should and shouldn't do, I'm so sorry, but it's just not going to work that way.
She didn't even live with them. I was like, this is crazy. Wait, you 42 and you still got to check in about being a surrogate so you can have your little 50,000?
If I can be a surrogate dad and you feel that strongly about it, then I need 50,000.
Yeah, true.
I'll give you 9 months to give it to me because I would have been pregnant for 9 months. But other than that, sir, money.
I think it's gonna be really. I don't know. Well, I think they're very. But you're right. They're very much like addressing a very particular part of society that doesn't have any TV to watch. Yeah.
Everything that they're watching is calling them trash.
Yeah, that's a lot of like.
So they're probably tired of hearing that shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that all ties into what the reason why I brought that up is because you said like that's like the advertisements, back to our initial point, are appealing to this one group of people that are feeling like they aren't being listened to. That's a part of the reason why Trump won. Those people have felt like they have not been getting listened to this whole time. So when somebody is coming out and saying everything that you've been wanting to say, if you're seeing a commercial that's saying lighter is better, like nigga, that's what I've been saying.
Exactly.
Like let's go buy some Heineken. Somebody. So you're just reaching. So you're reaching that audience.
Say this.
You're reaching.
Wish goddamn Bud Light and then will come out and Budweiser. Goddamn Billy Light.
Some damn Modelo.
God damn it. This damn blonde lager right here. Billy Bob.
Yeah, they was over that shit.
You hear that lighter?
They needed their own representation. So if you're a company,
too bad you niggas can't afford Heineken.
If you're a company, you know that you're going to piss off black people, which are going to give you a lot of clicks, and then you're going to make other people feel liberated, like the conservatives feel liberated and comfortable. Then boom, you just hit the jackpot. A win-win. Like it's a win-win.
Not only that, but the black people that you piss off will advertise for you for free.
Period.
They will retweet your shit for
every
free.
Fucking time. I just think that we should just fall out of that trend. Like they're going to. But I see it from both sides. Like, yeah, we got to keep saying, like, y'all do have us fucked up. I feel like I need to say something. But then on the other hand, you see, it's a pattern at this point, and we can't keep letting them win off of us.
I think we have to I think we do have to say things, but you also have to realize when you're doing something that is advertising for somebody for free. Like, it's very subtle how companies use people to advertise for them. Like, this isn't new necessarily. Like, when you learn like about clothing brands, especially, like, they have the name of the clothing brand on the t-shirt. Mm-hmm. And you buy a t-shirt and you wear the name of the clothing brand without knowing that you paying to advertise somebody. Yeah. Like, nobody gonna ask you where you got your shirt from because
I see
it says it right there. Yeah. So you are literally a walking, talking billboard for, especially if you look dope.
If you look good and if you rock it.
Yeah, if somebody can look at you and be like, damn, that's a sick shirt. Like, I'm gonna get it too. You don't even know that you advertising for somebody or that's the point of the shirt. Like, they're making a shirt so that they could sell more of the same exact shirt.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, like, you have to know that a retweet of a video or something like that, if you're retweeting the same exact advertisement to show other people, that doesn't make any sense. Because you are retweeting the advertisement. If you can make an original something that, like, is with your own words with no video or some shit, that makes way more sense to me than retweeting a whole video so that other people can also watch it and get more views for this video.
And I do see people seeing that, like, for example, with like clickbait articles, mm-hmm. they'll quote the tweet and say, "Don't open it. This is what they're trying to say." Like, this is what they really saying. Yeah, they just trying to get you to click on it. Like, I have seen stuff like that and I appreciate it, but it's just tired. It's lazy advertising. But if I was a white business person, it's great business. It's a great business model to go by right now. I just wish that us as Black people would stop falling for it. Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be gradual, though. Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, and I mean, like you say, we see it now, where slowly but surely people are sort of noticing that, like
y'all all just doing this shit.
Once a month.
You can't tell me that it literally last month H&M was just doing this shit. Like, you can't tell me that the people at the Heineken headquarters wasn't like, oh well, H&M did this and the Black people were mad. Like
oh, nigga, I'm tired of hearing people say they missed the mark.
Like, you didn't miss the mark, my nigga. Everybody is on social media. In order for your business to be successful now, you damn near gotta be on social media.
Yeah, I agree.
So you know what's going on with these other major outlets. You see people like Wendy's doing the little clap backs and all that other shit. Like, you see all of this stuff, so you're not oblivious to what's going on.
Like, motherfuckers make shit specifically to get dragged because getting dragged will get you somewhere. Getting dragged will get you further than
there's no such thing as bad publicity right now. Like,
because either you was gonna buy Heineken no matter what, or you was never ever gonna buy Heineken in your life, but they wanted you to see that advertisement, because guess what? Now you know exactly what a Heineken looks like.
And now we talking about Heineken.
This is it.
Yeah, I'm not talking about y'all niggas. No motherfucking more. Let's
It's unfortunate. Kenyans love Heineken. It's the closest thing we got to, like, Kenyan beer.
I tasted,
but not the light.
You know that I don't. You probably do know this, but I didn't know. But Bevmo is always letting you taste alcohol, my nigga.
I never knew that.
Oh yeah, go inside Bevmo. On Tuesdays and on the weekends, they are giving out shots. And Vines does it now, too. Because I was in Vines yesterday, and I took a picture of the beer there. Let me try. It was good. But Vines and they've been taking notes from Costco, but Bevmo does it all the time. Like, I know it's specific days where they 100% for sure you going to have a free shot when you go in there. I have a Bevmo card, too. I got to go in. Nigga, got to start pre-gaming that Bevmo. But I went to Vines yesterday, and I was just drinking beer. I was like, what is this? And when I was in Vegas, Bevmo, they had 3 different tequilas. They let me take a shot of all 3.
Per game.
What?
Per game.
What? Excuse me. So yeah, just if you feeling a little broke and you need to take some shots before you go out, go to Bevmo.
I'll be going to lunch. I'll be going to Costco for lunch.
Bevmo be giving you free shots. All right, let's move on. All right, Sanj, time for the check. Who are you checking this week?
This is an unfortunate check. I really wish I did not have to do this.
Do what you got to do.
But
they bring it upon themselves.
Exactly. I had to check my guy Fab got arrested for domestic abuse.
Okay, I thought that's what you were going to say.
So that's disappointing because I've read a little bit of the details.
And it seems very true.
For me, when it comes to domestic abuse, I don't put it past anybody. Like, I've seen enough to know that.
Only because most times abusers are very charming.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's the person be like, oh, no, they would never do that.
Exactly. Because exactly, like, that's how it is. Most of, like, people who, if you're like, that's unbelievable, like, to me, I'm like, that's it. Yeah. Because those are characteristics of an abuser. Like, if it looks like they don't, that could be, that really, and I'm not saying that everybody who looks like they don't are abusers, but if somebody comes and says that they're being abused and physically,
like somebody who was abusing someone else would want them to not seem like the person that would do it. Like, you give me, exactly. they would want to be like, they would want it to seem unreasonable and unbelievable.
Exactly. And so, like, it's unfortunate because as I'm growing older and older, I'm learning, like, that, like, half the stories we hear, or not even, most of the stories we hear aren't even the half of it. Like, you've had stories coming out of the club. I've been there for stories when, like, niggas are just ready to fight women for whatever. For
the smallest thing.
Yeah, whatever it is. Like, sometimes.
Strangers. They're willing to fight strangers. So imagine a woman that you've built with and have kids with, and y'all know things about each other and all that. Yeah, so.
It's always, like, it really breaks me down when you see, like, people who you respect, people who, like, you think are good people, which... It's like, maybe that's possible, maybe they have, like, a problem that they need to solve, but it's still, like, you're perpetrating an image that isn't you, and that never sits well with me. Like, if you are who you are, be who you are when you are. But I just feel terrible for the victim in this situation. Like, domestic violence is, like, one thing, but then to even have it done by a famous person, like, who is beloved, who doesn't really have much of a history, I can only imagine, like, the backlash that you will receive from that and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's one thing to be a victim of domestic violence, but if you're the victim of a domestic violence from a famous person or like a judge, a police officer, just someone in a position of power, it just makes it like you feel so much more lonely because you know that no one else is going to really even, no one wants to believe you. Whether or not they do, they're going to want to not. So they're going to try to come against you any way that they can because for whatever reason, it's hard for them to accept, even though you're the one that's going through the shit. Like, it's so hard for them to comprehend and understand. So we
never talked about this, but there was this video that came out on, I think, Vlad TV where the girl who had got Tupac for rape, she had come on and did an interview about that. And my biggest mistake was going through the comment section and seeing, like, damn. And it was famous motherfuckers going in on her, too. Like, he's dead. Like, how could you do this? Blah, blah, blah. When I'm like...
100% believe that Tupac would be capable of doing something like that.
Not only that, but these are motherfuckers who claim that they listen to Tupac's music. And, like, do you really? Because his music...
they listened to... They heard Dear Mom... What is it? What's the song where he said no, keep your head up? That's the song I'm thinking of. Where he goes in about loving women and shit. Like, also, like we said about how abusers are charming and you would think that they were the last person to do it. Like, he made one nice song, so you think that that's cool. Like, he's also a hood nigga. Like, what? Like, you give me...
you was never there. You were never there to tell somebody that something did not happen to them. Like, that's crazy to me because people were really going in like, this bitch is trying to lie. Why don't you let the man rest in peace? Blah blah blah. And it's like, if somebody who abused you passed away, it doesn't mean that shit goes away.
Or you just forgive them, like, oh, you're dead now.
Yeah,
like,
so that was kind of one of the instances where I'm like, damn, like, that's crazy. You really can't say shit as a woman, like
nothing. There are like 3 women that lie about rape, and that is horrible.
It's a very small percentage in comparison to
that's what I'm saying. It's so
truth.
small to where you can't be dismissive. Like, you have to take everything seriously because it's such a small factor of women who lie about that type of shit because so many women go through it.
And even then, sometimes some women lie out of, like, being afraid. Whereas, like, the story is that somebody is trying to get something out of it. When it's like, sometimes women lie just straight up out of fear.
People always say, well, they took back those comments. Like, oh my God, my nigga. You know how many things could happen to somebody for them to retract a fucking statement that they made?
Yeah, some of you niggas was on murder trials
they
and
might have been, like,
statements. Like, come
under
on.
distress. They might have been losing money, getting threatened. Like, get the fuck out of here, my nigga. For that's not a valid enough. First of all, it's not a valid excuse because when young black men are pressured to plead guilty for some shit that they didn't do, we all understand that. But when a woman says that, oh, oh no, never mind, he didn't rape me, then we just automatically assume that she was just lying. Like the same shit can't happen. You get me? Like, exactly. You can't be pressured, just like you're pressured to plead guilty, you can't be pressured to redact rape statements. Like,
that's totally true. Yeah, but I felt like when I see like women who get abused, especially by famous rappers, because that's already such a hyper masculinized profession, and it
like, is
and
already
his fans. I can only imagine
it
what
be
his fans
hoes
are like.
Around y'all came up to the studio, y'all already know what's up, and y'all want us to be in the video, and y'all knew this would have to take, and if you fuck with me, you gotta fuck my team, and all of that shit. Like,
it's just not cool. It's just I'm like, this isn't, and niggas fail to realize that they are in a position of power. Like, black men are so used to, I don't know if this is right to say, but being a victim of like whiteness, that they take that on even and don't recognize that they're in a position of power. I
mean, yeah, everybody with Bill Cosby and Michael Jackson, everybody just giving them the benefit of the doubt,
and it's like
all the fucking evidence.
It's like somehow these black men turn into victims instead of perpetrators, and it's just like
black women can't ever be victims.
That's
can
not
we?
No, ever, ever. It's what did you do to put yourself in this situation? Did you choose this man?
That poor black man go through so much.
No, did you choose to be with this black man? Well, then that's your choice, and you better stick to it, and whatever happens.
You already knew what came with it.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Well, yeah. That's I saw that and didn't read. I didn't like click the article or read anymore into it because I just was like, I really am not in the space to find out that Fabolous is a woman beater. Like, you get me? Like, I wasn't in that space, and I was like, I'm not gonna read this, and if I see it come up again, then I'll read it. But I don't want to deal with that.
Imagine like you being a man and having a guy's perspective. Like, you are never even going to click that shit to even go any further, because you are already coming at it like, first of all, Fabolous is your guy. Mm-hmm. So he already has that privilege. And the thing that would even make you go a step further is you being a woman and you knowing like that it is completely a possibility. Yeah. Whereas there's guys who go around and really don't think that it's like, this bitch is trifling, this bitch is lying. Like,
and it's irritating because a lot of niggas, y'all done seen y'all see y'all homeboys wild out and do shit like that. And y'all just thinking of it as it's not that deep. It was a one-time thing. Well, she did do this. Like, absolutely. You get me? It's just always justifying for that. Men are so not good at checking each other. They always talking shit about how catty women are and shit. But if I see see my homegirl do some shit, I'll be like, hey, bitch, what the fuck was that? You was wrong. That wasn't cool, blah, blah, blah. You don't think that this will happen, blah, blah, blah. Men don't do that shit with each other.
Well, also, like, when you try to check a man, it just turns into a whole nother battle.
A whole nother battle.
That could have been how her whole situation got started. You know,
she probably told him, like, hey, don't be calling the waitress a bitch. Like, you a bitch. Like, boom. Like, that fast. That.
No, it's true. Like, it's sad, but I think I'm just learning to be more realistic, especially with people who you're fans of, and knowing that they're
regular
human.
Ass niggas that do regular nigga shit.
Not only they could do more because they are in positions of power, like,
so they feel a little more invincible,
and you have more support. You have more people who got your back, shit like that, and then you go in and you perpetrating against somebody who has nothing. So, you know, to me, it's like, it's unfortunate, and I'm definitely keeping the girl who was the victim in.
His wife. It wasn't a regular. It was.
Was it his wife?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the bitch. She a nice little light skinned woman, right?
Damn. Okay. Maybe. I don't. I guess I didn't.
I'm pretty sure it was his wife.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about that situation. Anyways, it was sad to hear. What about you? Who are you checking?
All right, nigga.
Story time.
Story time with Camille. So I'm picking up someone, and they get into my car. It's a white woman. Let's put her anywhere between. You know, white women look old. So anywhere between 10 and 9. She had me fucked up. Y'all saw my crack jokes on her. Let's say she was like 35 or whatever. And she was out with these two younger women. Apparently, they're her babysitters. And one of them had just turned 21. So she was like taking them out, showing them a good time. So as soon as I pull up, she opens the car door and she says, I call shotgun. Is that all right, girlfriend? And I was like, oh, fuck.
We got a girlfriend in this
we got a girl. This is what it's about to be. She about to be the white girl that just, you know, tries it and everything. And boy, was I right. So she gets into the car and she was like, as soon as, like, immediately she sits down, she's like, so what's up with you? Like, what are your goals? What do you do? Where are you headed? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's up? Just like that, in that tone and everything. The two girls in the back, they're drunk and they're giggly. And what they just turned 21 apparently, you get me? So they're not really good with controlling the alcohol. So they laughing. The girl said, why are you talking like that? So the girl already recognizes that this woman is putting on her best black voice, you know, to try to get me. So the girl's like, why are you talking like that? So I looked at the white woman and I said, this ain't no interview.
Tell her.
The girls in the back start laughing. Ooh, she's like, well, it could be. You don't know who I am. You don't know how I could benefit you. You don't know how I could benefit you.
What's your problem, nigga? You think that
I own my own business, blah, blah, blah. This is what she says to me. See, let me tell you a little something about what I see in you. I could already tell that you a hustler.
Damn, you know what? We should have role played for this.
We should have.
Damn it. Okay, I could already tell that she was a hustler. Yeah. What?
She said that she could already tell I was a hustler, and she said, "But see, with you, my only problem would be is."
What would be the problem with you?
Like, bitch, excuse me? Did I ask you anything? Only thing I said was, hi, how you doing? And you telling me what your only problem with me would be? I'm sitting like this. She said, my only problem with you would be is I know that you a hustler, but I could tell that you would have a problem expressing yourself and saying what you need to say. You seem too quiet, like you wouldn't stand up for yourself.
I agree with her. You're too quiet, and you need to stand up for yourself.
That was the first time in my 24 years and 3 months of my life that I have ever heard anybody say that I would have a problem with standing up for myself. I said, well, first of all, you've been talking since you got in the car. So I don't see how I would have any time to talk. And second of all, you've been in the car for 2 minutes. So how could you tell me that I would have a problem standing up for myself? So then she catches my energy. She catches my vibe because I'm in the car. I'm shaking. Like, I've had it. I just know I'm going to take off on this white lady because she just came in doing too fucking much. So the girls in the background, like I said, they're laughing. They literally asked her why she's talking like that. So I know that you're already not being real. So she tell me how she from South Side Chicago. Bitch, let me tell you something. I don't care if you was from the Nickerson Gardens and you was roommates with J-Rock. Okay, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit about where you from, who the fuck you know, who co-signed you 6ix9ine, Tekashi. That's why I was fucking in the car with Tekashi mama. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bitch. You don't know me. You can know everybody. You can know all the Bloods, the Crips, the Grape Streets, Raymond Crips, the A-Trains. You can know every motherfucking body. You don't know me. So I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. So she caught my energy. Then she just talking about how, like, that's how I found out about the girl. She's like, yeah, these are my babysitters. They just turned 21. So we went to the club. You know, we didn't have to stand in a line or get a table and all that because I know the owner. I was like, oh, well, things like that happen to me all the time just because I'm pretty. I don't have to know the owner. I look good. Okay? So I don't have to know nobody to get that fucking kind of treatment that you have to know. So she just felt my energy and she, like, tried to tone it back a little bit. But I definitely let that bitch know, like, I don't know. She was there. Ooh, I was shaking. Ooh, she kept tapping me and doing all this. Me, and she kept saying she's a hustler, not ERLA. Cassidy, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. Nigga, ask about me. I'm a hustler. And she could tell I'm a hustler, but I would have trouble saying what I have to say. Bitch, you don't know me at all. One, that, like, from that one statement shows that you don't know me at all. Second, the fact that you don't know me at all shows that you don't know me at all. Bitch,
also, it took a little bit of juice to get to this level of your own personality. So don't even. I'm sober. You
feel me? You have to do this drunkily, and your homegirls in the back are clearly showing that this isn't even you. This is me, and this isn't me because I was so calm. But I did subtly check her to where she picked up where I was putting down. You get me? Yeah. And at the end, she was just like, oh, we'll look up my company and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, no, I'm good. You have a good night. And I was just like straight face, just looking at her like, bitch, please get out of the car. It's your best interest. I almost took off on this white lady. She told me that I had a problem expressing myself and that's why she wouldn't hire me. When I didn't even ask the bitch for a job. She came into my car like she was interviewing me, asking me 30 questions at 2:00 in the morning. Bitch, what the fuck do you think this is? Ooh, I was so mad. Lord, Sarah, Sally, Rebecca, Elizabeth, all of y'all bitches almost got it. Like,
bless y'all.
I know that my angels in heaven really was like, bitch, get this money. It was surgeon times 2. I got paid a pretty penny.
Good.
But boy, was she about to get it. I called my sister right after that at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was shaking.
At least now you get to get paid for dealing with white people's bullshit.
You know,
before you would do that shit for free. So just because they would catch you lacking.
Catch you off guard.
But now niggas is clocking in.
She just tried to put on her best. She called me girlfriend immediately and asked me what my dreams were. And said I don't know who she could be, and told me that I had a problem sticking up for myself when she didn't even let me say nothing. And what I did tell her was, chill, this ain't an interview. What part of that sounds like I have trouble speaking?
Anyway.
Like I know that I'm so mad that I know that there are parts of the story that I like blacked out. Like I was shaking in the car, but I definitely got her together in a very professional manner. I'm proud of myself. When I first came to UCSD, I was cussing white people out every single todos los días. Every day I was going off. And I really had to learn to pick and choose my battles. So I'm just really proud of myself that I'm at the point now where that upset me, but I was still able to just control myself and not even really go too hard. So that's why I'm checking this week. Just please, and keep your motherfucking hands off of me, your salmonella fingers off of my beautiful bronze melanated shoulder. Please do not touch me again.
I'm gonna say prayer.
Nah, I'm praying to fucking Allah, then Muhammad on her. Okay, that's a white devil if I'd have never seen him. Let's move on.
Tippin on Fabolous, wrapped in Fabolous. Tippin on Fabolous, wrapped in Fabolous. Tippin on.
All right, son. Who are you tipping this week?
This week, I'm tipping Demarcus Cousins.
Oh, okay. I wasn't tipping him.
Oh, okay.
I do, but he tipped me every night.
I was nervous to even bring this one up.
For those of y'all that's not watching on YouTube, I just lifted my leg up when I heard my husband Demarcus Cousins name. They call me CC Camille Cousins. We got married over the spring. All right, I'll let you. All right, finish tipping my man.
So last week we were talking about Stephon Clark, the young man who was murdered by a Sacramento Police Department in his backyard. And I actually found out that Demarcus Cousins offered to pay for the funeral of the young man. I thought that was a really big deal. It was also,
he's not even in that city anymore.
Yeah, but it just shows how much while he was there, he made a connection. Because that's actually not the first Sacramento funeral that he has paid for. This would be his third, I think, in Sacramento.
I also read somewhere, and I'm going to say as little as possible about it because I don't fully remember, but the Sacramento Kings did something as a whole. I don't remember what they did, but they did something for that as well.
That was cool too. I have to shout that out because the Kings owner actually came down on the court and made a big speech about how they need to, how this is something that shouldn't ever happen in their community. How they need to do their part in the situation to make sure that this doesn't. And it was just, it was refreshing to see a billionaire acknowledge that this is a problem and this is a problem that they need to pay attention to, because
a direct contrast of the NFL,
not even that, to other NBA owners. It would have been very easy to not say anything at all, because then
let your player say something, but you this is the owner. Is this different than the player or coach?
Not even that. They could have
owner.
Got off the court and not said. Nobody could have said anything after the arena was empty. But they made the conscious effort to come down on the court to gather together as a team and actually say words that resonated with the community and with people who think that who feel that police brutality is a problem. And that was important for me to see from somebody in a position of power to come down and say. And then not only that, but they followed it up when they played the Celtics. They had an actual warm-ups. Were prepared. Both teams got together and made a video talking about how police brutality is a problem, and it was just, the response was refreshing. We talked last week about how this was it was just becoming routine. people saying things, just becoming routine. And it was just good to see something that veered from the norm with people in power actually saying things and acknowledging this as a problem. It was, I don't think that owner knows how big of a deal it was to get somebody to recognize that this was a problem, because a lot of people in that, you don't have to. You're a billionaire.
If you're in that community at the time, like, you know, I could just imagine being a Sacramento resident and doing all of this, fighting for my friend that just got murdered, and then seeing the Sacramento Kings fucking with me. Yeah. Like, you get me? Like, that's
when
big.
And when everybody else around you is telling you that you're being a nuisance,
you're doing too much.
that you're doing too much, that you're blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
but the Kings owner...
Yeah, you blocked off people coming from to their game.
And they still acknowledge that you did something important.
And they're still saying that they support you, so I think that's big.
Exactly.
It is.
So shout out to the Sacramento Kings, not for letting Demarcus Cousins go, but for their response to this. And shout out to Demarcus Cousins for stepping up in a very real way. Like, that's the kind of shit that we need, because there's black people in positions where they're making enough to where they could do something like this that would seem small to them, but is big for the community, instead of us as younger black people contributing like $5-10 to a cause that we may not even necessarily have an extra $5 or $10, but to see somebody step up and be like, you know what, y'all go do the work in the streets.
Which is one less thing you have to worry about.
It was so it's a way to contribute to the movement, and I just appreciated it. It was cool to see. What about you? Who are you tipping this week?
My tip is much lighter. Okay. What is the song called? Proud Mama, be proud of me. Please be proud of me, Mama. I'm so proud. By 2 Chainz, Offset, and YG.
Oh,
that video!
With the mamas,
I love it. Let me tell you something. YG's mama told the other 2 mamas that they could light it up if they fucking want to. YG mama might have put YG on. Okay, she was fucking getting it. My tip goes to YG's mama for that damn video. She was going up. She was going up for the bloods like this. She was in the video going up. I loved it. Wow, that was so fun. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. That was the funniest. Like, dang, you got your mama to gangbang with you on the video.
That's dope.
That must be such a good feeling. That's for dope. All the times that your mama done probably kicked you out of her house for doing all of that bullshit.
Now you making some money. She with the shit.
You was rapping and selling drugs out of her house. She told you don't disrespect her. Then you came full circle. Now you making some money. You giving back to your community. And you let your mama be in the video banging bloods. That shit, I loved every second of it. That shit, it just looked fun. Can you imagine one day just having our mamas up here talking shit with us on the podcast?
No, I really can't.
Exactly. You see? So that has to be so fun to just have your mama involved in your craft. Like, and I remember the behind the scenes videos before the official video. I've been waiting for the video to come out because I remember seeing that clip
of like the moms.
It was a video where YG was actually recording. He's seeing his mom recording. He's like, okay, like he hyping his mom up. And when I saw the video, I was like, I was Googling. I was like, okay, it's not out yet. When do the video come out? Like him hyping up his mama to sing his gangsta blood ass lyrics was beautiful. Shit was great. I loved it. It was amazing. That was such a fun video. Way better than it was fitting and creative. Yeah. Unlike the walking like a talking video that was creative and not fitting. Like, you see, you can do both. It could work. Oh, but you just gotta do it right.
Speaking of mamas, I saw my mom last weekend.
I didn't see her before I left.
Yeah, she came up to me and she was like, we chopped it up for a little bit, and then we stand up and we looking at each other. She goes, "You need some money?" She looked at me up and down and said,
"You broke,
you need some money?" I said, my lips is dry or something. I look poor. Like, I dressed up for this shit. What the fuck? I said, like, she said, "You need some money?" I said, "Good. Really, I'm eating. I'm eating. I'm good."
Wait, you said no?
Mamas. First of all, I took that money gladly.
I was like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? My dad was.
I just didn't want her to think I was poor.
That you were poor. Okay, you know the times that my dad have done that to me when and I think he picked up that I picked up on it, but like when I was first in college and I would come home and I would have on like little shorts or a short dress or something, so with my titties out, he's like, "You don't have no damn clothes that fit here," and that nigga would give me money. "Go buy some pants and a bra."
Nigga, okay.
Okay. First of all, no. I'm letting my titties swing and this ass is gonna
I'm
be
using
out.
this bra money. Use the bra money for some drinks.
Hello, for some drinks. Like, are you kidding
thank
me?
you.
My dad used to for sure give me. He used to say the same thing but opposite because I was just looking too hoish for him. He used to be like, "Bitch, you don't have no damn clothes that." He said, "You don't have no clothes that fit."
My mom looked at me like nigga, my lips were dry.
Like, oh, my baby ain't got no money for no baby oil or nothing.
I said, nigga, I moisturized this morning. Fuck. God.
Mom, I did a clay mask before I left.
Damn. Niggas you ever walk in somewhere looking fresh and your mom just humbled the fuck out of you? You thought I was doing
like,
my
damn,
thing.
I laid this outfit out before I went to sleep.
Nigga, I steamed the outfit.
Oh my God, my sister asked me, did I need, my sister's moving. She was like, do you need an iron? Damn, I did not have an iron.
You don't have an iron?
I'm so thick that when I put on clothes, it straightens them out. Nothing is ever wrinkled on me. I just want to let you know that right now.
We gotta go.
Nothing's ever wrinkled on a nigga like me. You feel me? Just straighten it all on now. When it got to stretch. You see these titties? It's stretched. Look at the shirt. Boom, over the titties. It's stretched. It's straight now. We don't need no iron. We don't need no heat. All my clothes is natural. I ain't never had no.
First of all, I used to believe that your titties was big, and then I saw some big titties. So you ain't got no big titties.
Oh, are you talking about who? I think you talking about us.
Cause I thought I did think that you had some big titties, and then I saw some big titties. I was like, this nigga is complaining about nothing. Shit could be worse. The grass is greener on the other side. Fuck you.
The grass is dead on the other side. Okay, them bitches, girls really they got titties they could really sleep on.
No, like for real.
Like just put it just take a nap.
No, not even that. Niggas got whiplash. Don't even need a neck brace. Just
fuck
pop them in.
That, yeah. I guess we do all got to count our blessings.
That
in
is
some
crazy.
Way.
That's crazy.
Titties.
That's crazy. I don't never want to hear from Camille ever again. Because I did feel bad for you because you'd be talking about how much of a struggle it is and this, that, and the other. But then I'm like, but nigga, perspective, angles, nigga.
But no, see, I got ass too. That's the thing. It's not fun. What? It ain't. She done got both. Come to me with a bitch that got both, and then we'll see how she feels. It's not fun having both.
No, I believe you.
Right.
I certainly believe you. But that was a sight.
Oh, that's funny. It's only funny because I know whose titties you talking about. They just be everywhere all the timeline.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
Somebody please go get these titties.
Wow. What is that? Is that L? Are those L's?
H-I-J-K-L. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be L's. I have some family members that were H's and F's, but L is a little more down there.
Yeah.
L is in the elemental. Like when you
once you get
in the elemental, like
that's an elemental ass bitch.
It's not looking good. You got elemental?
Oh shit. 34 with 36.
Fuck those Tiggos. She got elementals.
I don't want no more Tiggos. I want elementals.
I want elementals. I don't want no Tiggo bitties.
Goodness. All right,
y'all.
well, shout out to you.
Bye.